Hi, so I'm with Ellie McBeath, who is an account executive at the Dragonfly agency, and I'll be asking her a series of questions about her job role and how she got into the marketing industry. So, Ellie, thank you for doing this. The first question I want to ask you is, how have you got to where you are today?
So I have got to where I am today through luck. No, I'm joking. I went to university and did marketing, business management with marketing. And then I had the opportunity in my third year to do a placement 6 months or a year, and I went for 6 months and did it at Dragonfly. And then when I graduated, they offered me a full-time job when I graduated, and I've been here ever since, which was 3 years ago now.
Okay, so what specifically made you pick the marketing industry?
I would say at university, it was because there's a lot of sort of ways you can go with the business degree. You can go into like economics or HR or marketing or whatever, and I think that marketing was the most interesting just because of the scope of it and all the different areas, different channels, how they work really well together. And I think I also find it really interesting how like technology, the different sort of ways that technology is really sort of innovating marketing, and it's just becoming really innovative, I guess.
Yeah. So what would you say motivates you in your role to make you come into work every day?
I would say what motivates me is I really get a kick out of helping companies, especially charities, find the solutions to like whatever they're wanting to achieve, whether that's growth, profit, whether it's donations, or just sort of building up their brand. I think mainly it's helping charities. I really love working with charities because you can kind of see what my job is doing, and when they come to me and say, oh, we've had like a record amount of donations from this particular direct mail campaign, it feels quite rewarding that I've contributed to that in a very small way and been involved in that. So I think that is a big motivator.
Okay, so I'm sure every day is different, but can you describe to me what a day in your role typically looks like?
Very busy, very crazy, very manic. But what I enjoy most about this job is it's never the same. There's always something different about every day. But there's a lot of work with our creative team. So I get involved in creative briefs and kind of work with the creative team and our clients, kind of drive that side of things. I also do financial things like our invoicing and put quotes together for clients, and just very client facing, really, just communicating with them to get the final job complete, working with suppliers a lot, negotiation, putting schedules together, just a lot of planning, a lot of just sort of bringing all the different elements together and hopefully making it work.
Okay, so would you say this is a stepping stone, or do you have higher career aspirations?
I would say a bit of both. I would say that it's definitely a stepping stone into the marketing world. I would love one day to go into something a bit more on the digital side of things. But right now I'm super happy in what I'm doing because I still feel like I'm learning so much every day. And yeah, I'd love to maybe have my own business one day. I mean, that's always been an aspiration, but whether or not that will happen. But it's actually been really interesting to see, because Dragonfly is a very young company, it's very small. So I've seen it from 3 years ago, where there was 5 of us in a tiny little office in Edinburgh, up to now we've got 13 members of staff, which is not a huge amount, but it's a big jump in a short amount of time. So it's given me a few hints and tips of kind of how to progress the company as well.
Okay, nice. So that leads me nicely into the next question. Is your role as you expect it to be when you first started?
No, not really, because I didn't know I was going into the job with just university knowledge. It's very like textbook, it's very sort of regimented, whereas in the real world you have to kind of be a lot more, think outside the box and think on your feet. So it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be. And I didn't really know what I was going into. I started as an intern where I was very much on my placement 6 months making tea and coffee and like sending a few quotes out and helping on like odd jobs. And now I'm managing like our second biggest client on my own and a load of other clients. So it's definitely not what I was expecting, but I feel like I've come far in that time.
Okay, so in that time, would you say there were any big challenges that you had to face?
I think being part of a really small team was always really exciting but difficult because there was a lot going on and very few people to kind of handle it. So if you needed help, it was very much relying on suppliers or other contacts to give you that help, because sometimes there wasn't anyone available to help. And probably COVID as well, because it's like uprooted my life that I had in Edinburgh and I'm now down in North Yorkshire. So I think that was a massive challenge, and working from home and adapting and having to do your job from your kitchen table. But yeah, I would say COVID was a big hurdle to overcome, obviously,
Okay.
like for everyone.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good way of summing up your job placement. Thank you for doing this, Ellie, and we'll end it there today. Thank you.